Not only did this one TikTok right here get me 945 warm leads, but it also enabled me to segment this audience of about 80,000 followers into specific groups, so I know who wants what, so I can sell people and help people with exactly what they want without annoying other people who are in the same audience. And it just took me a couple of minutes, and I'm going to be breaking it down in this video, how I did it, why I did it, and how you can do this too. So as well as this channel, I also run another popular channel called Justice Journals TV. It also has quite a large following on social media, following one of my successful life chapters, I think we'll call it, successful after total devastation. And this niched channel talks a lot about social policy, disability, inclusion, breaking down the barriers, and basically self-employment in a different way. The audience is big, but they are not all here, or there, should I say, for self-employment use. And that is very important to me because, number one, I don't want to irritate anybody. I want everyone to get value from what I'm providing. But for those who are interested and perhaps want to come into my 365 plan program, it also gives them a little bit of insight on how they can get started, etc., etc. Now, the problem I had, like so many people in online business, is I had a big list, a very big list, a lot of people on my email list, and they were kind of all getting sent the same email. And that is irritating if you are being sent information about things that you don't want to read about. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to target and segment my email list into different groups, into different lists. And also through my content, I wanted to streamline that a little bit further. And I wanted to do this as quickly as possible because when you've got like thousands and thousands of people on your email list, going through everything one by one is just not an option. So first of all, let's talk about my TikTok strategy. Now, I do very much talking head on TikTok. I've got 5 different accounts now. 3 are in the creator program. They're niched accounts, so they're not all talking about the same thing. They're not about the same topic, but I am kind of quite well known on TikTok. So people generally find me on one account and then they find out what my other account is and they're like, oh, I've come over from this account or that account. It's quite cute. It's sweet. I appreciate you all. It's very nice. But it's not helping my strategy. Seriously, I'm just kidding. So this is the TikTok in question, and I am, as you can see, very much talking ahead. Now, the strategy that I employed here is pretty much a strategy that I embed in quite a few pieces of my content anyway. I literally call out the elephant in the room. I will be that person that says what everybody else is thinking, but nobody will say it. Within limits, I might point out. So I opened with a very strong hook. So let's just listen first of all to the hook that I used. Stop putting Amazon wish lists in your bio if you are trying to start a business, if you are neurodivergent or disabled, and do this instead. So straight away, I've used a strong visual and a verbal hook. Stop using my hands, so a verbal hook, a visual hook as well, as I'm saying it. So I've told them what to do. I've called out the elephant in the room, which was, or still is, lots of content creators in this particular niche on TikTok saying they're too disabled to work. Meanwhile, they're setting themselves up as professional content creators and they have like the most gourmet wish list possible, asking or expecting their disabled people, their disabled followers to go and buy their cameras, their laptops, their thises and their that's, which I think is a little bit strong. So my take on this is if you're going to go and do that, okay, then just set yourself up as a content creator, as a business, right? And this is how you can do it. You don't have to ask your followers for that money. Here's some free funding. These are all the places where you can get free funding to start a business if that is what you want to do. And before I went into explaining everything, I told them where to go. So straight away, strong hook, visual hook, called out the elephant in the room and gave the value, what they were there for. So they already know, right, I'm going to go and I'm going to get that list. And this works as a strategy much better in content than a lot of the other stuff I see where people are really longing it out. You know, oh, you're not going to believe this, guys. And just taking so long, especially if those creators are in the content creator program in TikTok, because they know they've got to drag it out over a minute to get paid. So they make the hook and everything very, very long. I find people on TikTok they want everything very fast, right? They don't want to wait around. So just give them everything, and then once you've built up that trust and loyalty with your audience, they're going to stay and listen to your content anyway, because they know that you're not on the spin, you're not on the make, and they know you're going to give them what they want anyway, and that works very well. Now, this piece of content, if you like, is a massive catalyst for actually the whole process of getting 945 leads from this one TikTok, because I found the pain point, I found the solution, I gave value, and then I took it a bit further by illustrating the bigger impact. And this is really one of the best things that you can do in your content if you want to really build a thriving audience instead of just clicks for views. Nobody wants thousands of followers that aren't interested in what you're talking about or your content. The same with your emails. So let's get to the emails. Now, 945 leads is 945 people. Let's not forget that. So that's nearly 1,000 people signed up for this one thing. So what was the one thing? It was giving this particular audience just a whole list of places, different places and organizations where they could go and apply for funding. As you can see here from the stand store, like it was just every single minute there was another sign up. It's completely free, right? It's nothing to pay for. It was a free lead magnet. This was revolutionary for me because I have disabilities myself. I'm quite hard on myself. I do push myself sometimes a bit too far with things because I just want to be as successful as I can be in my business. And when I nearly lost my life in a car crash, you know, things are like, my life is very important to me. Everything I do is done with intent. So I kind of get, I get disabilities aren't the same for everybody, right? But sometimes I think people are missing out on a massive opportunity because being self-employed and working for yourself is in. So yeah, I mean, look at this. It was like, there were 63 pages in the end, 63 pages of leads. That's 63 pages of people wanting to do something with their life. Now, I'm not one for fluff and filler. Anyone that works with me or is coached by me knows I get straight to the point, and I just don't like wasting time. But I think this is a very valuable concept in itself when you're generating lead magnets. Nobody wants a useless 15-page workbook. This was like 2 pages. It was just everything that I had found that I thought this is going to be really valuable for people, and just gave it to them, right? They can apply online by themselves. I've helped a few people do it as well if they struggled with it with certain things. But basically it was like money for free to start your business, like insane. Okay, so from there, how I then separated all of these different people out on my list was literally like this. So this is a screenshot of a part of my stand store. I also obviously have my own website as well, but from my experience, TikTok hide web domains, and they definitely hide your checkout page. They write code to go over the code on your checkout page if you use a website, whereas they don't do that with a stand store. So I created the lead magnet as a free product in my stand store. And then I simply downloaded all of those emails and all of those names as a spreadsheet. And then I uploaded it into Kartra, which is what I use for running my business. So the reason why I use Kartra is from that point, I can then tag every single one of my contacts, but it's done automatically at this point. So from that list, they've all gone into like people who have disabilities or are from the JJs, and are interested in self-employment. They get given a tag name, they get put into a special category, and I will like decide how long I will like maybe give them to stay in that category. Maybe it's going to be forever. Maybe if I'm running a campaign, it might be 6 months, it might be 3 months, and then I might move them to something else. And then from this point, I can also put them into sequence automated like email campaigns. Like automation is a key to most of the things I do. I even automate all of my social media and my editing of my social media as well now, which is just wonderful. So yeah, this is a brilliant way to grow your business by automatically segmenting your leads direct from social media. And the other thing is, if you don't do this, you're just going to get loads of cold email, like hard bounces. And what that basically means is that your email and the whole sort of ecosystem of email like sending is going to get like have a score, and you don't want a high score. You don't want your emails to bounce, because then that affects your like deliverability of your emails, which means lots of your emails are just not going to get through, because email marketing like is king, right? It's one of the most important ways to market. So this is really a perfect strategy and technique if you have a bit of a mixed audience on social media and you want it to be a little bit more defined, and you just basically want to know who's in your audience, particularly on TikTok, because so many people have got multiple accounts or even burner accounts, because accounts don't even have to be like verified by any kind of means of ID. So as you can see, it's a win-win. It's a strategy that works. Just another one of my wonderful strategies that works. And if you're interested in anything like this, I have two main things that I do. Number one, Contentpreneurs, which is everything social media and content marketing. It's a membership. It's extremely low cost at high value, and people are getting featured in newspapers and all sorts of things from being in that. And the other one is my 365 plan program. I only coach 2 days a week because the rest of the days I'm running my businesses. So I only take on a certain amount of people. I do a little bit of group coaching. It's mostly one-to-ones. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to leave the deets down below. And if you're just getting started in business, I'm going to give you a massive offer on my online business bundle. That's going to be linked down below as well. Have a wonderful day and make the best of your life.